Poison type is one of my favorite types in Pokemon, and I wanted to make a deck that did a lot of poison damage. So I'm going to show you guys the Poison God deck. Alright, so the deck list is, I got 2 Nihilegos, 2 Naganadels, 2 Poipos, and 2 Arceus EXs, 2 Pokeballs, 2 Poison Barbs, 2 Professor's Research, I got 2 Leafs, I got 1 Cyrus, 1 Mars, and 1 Guzma. Let's get it. Alright, here we go. Alright. Okay, so we got Arceus out. Arceus in hand is typically not the card you want to have, but it's going to happen, right? Typically you want to start with the pole, but it's fine. So we got to do what we got to do. So we get Arceus out there. But what's good about this hand, though, is we actually got Leaf, which means we can back him out, and we got the Pokeball. So we can back out Arceus for free. We don't have to put any energy on him to do that, and that's good. So I was actually happy about that. So we're going against Buzzwole EX here, man. And Buzzwole, when I was recording, was just everywhere, man. I mean, I think I played maybe 10 to 12 games or something like that. And the majority of the decks that I was fighting that day was Buzzwole. Don't know why it was everywhere, but it just was. That's just all I really saw was just Buzzwole everywhere. And Buzzwole deck is still fun. I mean, I still like to play it. Okay, so here we go. Pokeball here. And let's see what we got. And the pole. See, Poipo, man, is what we needed. That was perfect. We already have the Lego, which is good, so it's gonna help with the poison. We have Naganadel in hand, so we're looking good, right? So we're gonna go ahead and switch in. We're putting Lego down, and we're gonna start to attack. See if we can hit them for some damage. One thing I wish Poipo would do was just hit for 20. I don't really like this whole try to hit for, you know, the 20 times. I hate those moves where it's like you for each head you get, you're gonna do 20 damage. I hate those so much. I feel like there's so many times I hit double heads or I mean not double heads, double tails more than anything. I'll always feel like I hit tails way more than I ever hit heads. This mon, the Kartana sucks, man. That thing takes a lot of damage, man. Takes way too much damage. All right, so we're gonna use research here. Picked up the Mars, picked up Cyrus, looking good. Go ahead and get Naganadel down. Put our extra energy down onto Arceus, and we roll it. And we hit. And what you love to see is that you're going to do the extra 10 damage for the poison. Because Naganadel is going to make them get poison. They take the 10 plus the Lego's extra damage with the more poison. Love it, man. I love that so much. There's going to be a lot. Well, there's a lot of times where you're going to be able to, you know, kill a lot of their basic mons within 1 to 2 turns easy. You know, if you can evolve this, let's say you go first and you evolve this that next turn and get Naganadel down there or something, got a Lego coming up or something, oh, you can do a lot of damage, okay? And I kind of want to stop this right here. This right here, I kind of want to stop this, okay? And just show you guys. So this particular set right here, what you're looking at, this is like the board you're trying to set up for yourself every single match. So you want to have Naganadel in your attack slot, and you want to have both your Legos down on the bottom, and then have Arceus that you're going to be powering up. That's what you're going to be doing. This is it. This is what you're going to try to emulate every game. Is you want to try to set this up as much as possible, because then Naganadel is going to be doing 70 damage while you're setting up your Arceus to get ready to come through and just start destroying. And you got Cyrus back there too, or you got Cyrus in the deck, so that way you can pull the mons as they try to back out and try to put other mons up there to take the damage. You're going to be able to use Cyrus to bring them in and use Arceus to clean them up. So I just wanted to make that a point. This is the actual build, the board you want to make every game. So this is pretty much what you want it to look like every single time you play this deck. Hold up, you going? All right. So going here, they're switching Buzzwole in, and let's see this here. Okay, going in, and we're putting our energy up to Arceus, man. Getting it set up, getting it ready. And look at this right here. Look at the damage. We already got Buzzwole right now one shot, and that's perfect, man. You love to see it. I mean, the fact that Naganadel can take 70, and yes, it's only on this case, but even without the Legos down there, it still takes 50 damage. Now, when I was trying to come up with this deck, I was thinking like, should I use something like a Wheezing or anything like that? But I was like, nah, Naganadel is actually pretty good for this. And I was like, let's give it a try. And it worked well for me. I mean, I like it. I mean, I haven't really seen people use Naganadel, and Naganadel has been fun to use with this deck for me. I was having a good time. Okay, so my opponent has both of the Steelers down, right? And that's going to be a problem because that's the setup that they need in order to do the big buzz twice, right? So right now, I'm just kind of like, okay, let's go ahead and shuffle up my opponent's hand. I think they got too many cards in hand. Boom, 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 boom. And I was like, all right, fine. I wanted to keep one of the Steelers in because I was like, let me try to get one of these killed now. I was like, if I can get one of them killed, perfect. Because I was like, he might, I was like, they might give it to me. They might just give me one of their Steelers. So I was like, okay, they may not try to bring Buzzwole back in. And I was like, okay, well, let's see what happens. And Arceus right there is already doing 110 damage, right? So Arceus can already do 110 damage if we lose Naganadel. So I'm still like, we're looking good. There was really no pressure onto me to bring Buzzwole in there and hit Buzzwole. I was like, nah, we don't really need to. I was like, I already got Arceus in the back that's set up. None of my mons on the bench are hurt. So I'm just kind of like, we're good. We're chilling here. My opponent was kind of stalling right here. I don't know what they knew what they wanted to do, but I know they're gonna have to deal with this Naganadel and this poison. So puts the leaf cape on. Yeah, it is leaf cape. He puts the leaf cape on, and that's mad annoying. But we got Guzma back there, and that's fine. So we're cool. We're cool with it. No worries. So he hits, got him killed. I'm like, all right, that's fine. That's totally fine. I was like, let's see what we can do here, man. It's like, let's go ahead, get Arceus out here. Let's see what we can do. Right now, it's not really looking too good for me. So I was like, okay, let's see what we got. Drew the leaf. So I'm like, all right, well, we don't really have much. I'm like, okay. So I was like, we can do 110 damage. I'm like, should I put an extra energy onto Arceus? I'm like, I do have leaf, you know? So I was trying to debate if I should try to put one on Lego. And I was like, yeah, maybe we should. And I was like, let's go ahead and do it. All right. So now I'm just like, all right, let's put some damage onto Buzzwole. Let's just go ahead and hit him and get him out of here. Because at this point, we're going to hit him, right? And then he can hit us back the next turn, you know, and that's still fine. We'll still be able to kill him the next turn. So I'm like, you know what? Let's yank off that cape and let's hit him then. Because see, now he has 120 HP and we hit for 110. So we are looking absolutely great. And at this point, I'm like, unless my opponent has red or something like that, we're good. We're good to go. So I was just kind of sitting there like, let's get it. And this is the thing, man. I mean, I wanted to build a poison deck that did a lot of poison damage. And I felt like Arceus was the best one to use because ideally for this deck, you want Lego to be in the back and be on the bench. So I was like, with Nihilegos on the bench, Arceus works well with having people on the bench. That's the whole thing of Arceus. So I'm like, cool. So this is a perfect setup, right? This is a perfect setup. So here we go. My opponent draws cards on his other Steeler. He's like, okay. I'm like, oh, he wants to give this one to me. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm like, cool, man. But I'm like, nah. You thought you was running away. Go ahead and bring it over, man. You thought you was running away. You thought it was safe. You thought it was safe to go outside. No. Wasn't safe. We out of here for that. Get out of here. Got that Buzzwole up out of here, man. Get him on out of here. Naganadel, MVP of that game. Definitely, for sure. That poison damage does wonders, man. And here's another one I want to show. We're starting with Arceus again. I kind of wanted to do 2 showings against Buzzwole because when I was filming the 12, I felt like this was like these 2 matches showed like the full power of the deck, and they showed you like the different angles. Because like this one right here, you know, we started with Arceus, right? And we have, you know, no leaf or anything like that. So this is one of those cases where we don't have like the perfect setup, the perfect hands and all this other stuff. So I kind of wanted to show this and show the versatility of the deck. So I was like, okay, let's see what we can get here. So we got Lego. So I'm like, okay, that's all we really got. We have another Arceus, but again, we don't want to put that Arceus down. So I'm like, dang, okay. and my opponent's going first, they're going to be able to do damage. Yeah, not looking too good right now. So yeah, I just wanted to showcase two different battles, two different styles of things that were going on. I didn't want to show uh, two of the same setups that was happening, where it's like, you're getting every single thing that you need and all this other stuff. I kind of just want to show, where you're. I don't want to call it a brick, but I guess you could. Like, this is kind of like a brick hand at the beginning. You know what I mean? Because you definitely don't want to start with Arceus, and I did start with Arceus quite a few times actually, beside these two. So that was interesting too. But you know how it always is, man. It's always when something special is going on and you ain't getting the cards you need. All right. Pheromosa hits us, and we pulled the leaf right here. Okay, so we got the leaf. This absolutely sucks. Do not want to have to keep dealing with this Pheromosa because it's going to be hitting the bench. But I'm like, I need to do something, man. I'm like, what do I want to do? I'm like, so do we want to? I'm like, do I want to Sabrina my opponent and bring in a Pokemon in the bench? Because I knew that I don't want my opponent to be able to hit my bench, right? Like, I didn't really want them to keep doing that. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and hit him with a Sabrina, so that way he'll have to decide on if they want to give me this Mon Kartana or give me Buzzwole. So they give me Kartana. So I'm like, cool. So now we can put the Lego down, and then we can put our energy onto the Lego. And typically you don't really want to try to hit with Lego, but some of these times there's going to be cases where you got to do what you got to do. And since we don't have Poipo or anything like that, so it's good. You gotta make it work. And look, we got our second Lego right there, so we drop it down, and we're gonna be leafing here. Yep, get Arceus back onto the bench, and we're getting our Lego in, and we're gonna start doing some damage, man. I think it's the only thing we really had to do at the time, and we going to hit. So that's perfect, and it does again, and it's gonna do plus 30 poison damage. Mon is out of there. See what I'm saying? And that's what I like. This poison deck is putting a lot of pressure on your opponent. Normal Mons, like Lego and Naganadel don't look like real big threats, but they can put some pressure on your opponent, especially early game, and that's what you want with these two Mons. You want them to do the beating. You want them to beat your opponent down. My opponent is still trying to take out my Arceus, but you want these Pokemon to be the ones that are beating your opponent down. That's what you want. We got our second, we got our Poipo down, so now we're good. We just got Lego up front, so I leave Lego out. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave Lego out here, and then we'll be able to evolve in a Naganadel next turn, and then start doing more damage. My opponent's definitely trying to get this Arceus out of here, and I really don't want them to do that at all costs. I do not want my Arceus to die. So right now I'm kind of sweating. I'm just also anticipating my opponent using Cyrus. I'm like, oh yeah, Cyrus is coming. At the beginning of every turn, Cyrus is coming. But my opponent chose to heal because, they want to try to stay alive for more turns. They didn't want to lose this Mon this turn, and they didn't want to back up, but they're still trying to kill my Arceus. So you have to do what you got to do. All right. So this is cool. So we got the Naganadel, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm looking at the board, and I'm like, all right, that Buzzwole is going to be absolutely annoying. Then I'm like, well, what do we want to do? I'm like, you know what? Let's put this on Arceus, because I want Arceus to be ready to attack after this Lego dies. I was like, because Buzzwole's going to come in, Buzzwole's going to kill Lego, and then it's going to be time for Arceus to do his damage, right? And so we don't have anything to start this poison. That's what I did not like. I was like, man, there's nothing we can do to start this poison. Look at this right now. Look at this. Buzzwole looks like he's about to start going ham and start just knocking out my Mons. Look at this. I got Arceus that's hurt. I got Lego that's about to die. So let's see how this goes. All right. So now here's the big decision. You're like, well, who do I put up there? And I'm like, let's put up Naganadel. I was like, that's what we sending. Let's do it. I'm like, Arceus is gonna sit on the bench until my opponent can use Cyrus. So I'm like, all right, now it's time to put our other Arceus down. This is the only time you'll ever probably have two Arceus on the bench is after you've lost one of these other mons. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, let's do that. And I said, let's put the poison onto Naganadel. And the reason why I put it on Naganadel instead of any of the Arceus or the Arceuses, or especially my hurt Arceus, is because I was like, well, if he has Cyrus, they're gonna win no matter what I do. I was like, so I need to put this poison barb on Naganadel because when he I'm gonna hit him and he's gonna get poisoned. So on his turn he's gonna back out his Buzzwole and put them back in to cure the poison. And that's what he's going to do. So if my opponent doesn't, so then when he hits me again, he's going to get poisoned again and it's going to take 20 damage. And that gives him right in range for Arceus. That's what it looks like to me. So that's what it's looking like right now, right? Arceus will take 110 damage even if he kills Naganadel. So we were still fine. We got Cyrus. It's checkmate. But my opponent just doesn't know this yet. And it's just one of those things, man. Like, look, at this point, I'm like, whatever you do, it's all good because we only need one more point, right? And so I'm like, you can go ahead and use Celesteela and hit my Naganadel, and you're going to lose 20 HP. Then you're going to have 100 HP left, and then Arceus is going to be able to kill you. So my opponent can't even hit me. They can't. My opponent can't hit me with Celesteela either, or the Buzzwole. They're both in death range. So my opponent's past turn. Nothing they can do. Absolutely nothing. We had them on checkmate. There was nothing they could do. At this point, it's done. Done deal. Done deal. Absolutely done. And that's the thing, man. Like, that's the absolute thing is, and that's it, because you put a lot of pressure on your opponent. And if they got mons that have like 140 HP, 150 HP, those mons are going to be like one shot very fast, especially if you get Naganadel out in attack, got both Legos on the bench, you're going to be looking fantastic. And in this particular day, this particular game, I didn't even start with like the perfect hand, you know, in both of the games I wanted to show you guys, I wanted to show you me not starting with the perfect hand and just starting with cards like, you know, I got to use this card to get this, I got to use this to get that, and just to show you that you can still, you know, have like a messed up hand and still kind of overcome the issues. So I don't know, man, but if you made it to this part of the video, drop a like on this video because it gets it out to more people, and subscribe to this channel for more Pokemon content. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the Poison God.